I do a lot of experimenting on this channel. I mean, I'm guessing that's actually why most of you are even subscribed in the first place. I mean, trying new things is just a lot of fun. However, the key word in that sentence is trying. You can't try something without the risk of failure. I mean, I have had many successful experiments on this channel, and keep in mind, when I talk about success, I'm not specifically referring to views. For example, a couple months ago, I purposely tried to tank my viewership, and I did, so I count that as a success. Sure, my views fell off a cliff and I lost over 1,000 subscribers in a single day, but I was trying to do that. So what many others might have seen as a failure, I saw as a complete success. I was making exactly what I wanted to make and getting the exact results I both expected and wanted. However, that's not always the case. Many other things that I've tried just haven't worked out. I mean, even for that, technically that experiment is still ongoing. There's a chance that the first half is a success and the second half isn't. But that's okay. I mean, well, when it comes to that experiment, the failure would mean that my channel kind of just dies, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. There are many things that I'll do that I'll have a lot of confidence in. For example, when it comes to that, I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to bring my channel back from the dead. But even if I'm not confident about what the results will be, it's still worth risking failure. I mean, that's the reason we experiment. And I know it's a bit of a cliche, but you really do learn so much more from failures than you do from successes. But for that to be the case, you actually have to be willing to learn. If you're just making mistakes and not learning from them, then it's a bit different. But if you actually take the time to sit down and figure out what went wrong, you can learn so much. For example, one of the most recent failures that I had was technically this video. Now, I wouldn't count it as a complete failure. It did do very well when it comes to views and impressions. However, I'd say that the goals of the video were much higher. Now, there were a lot of parts of that video that individually were successes. For example, the average view duration for the video is currently sitting at around 8 minutes on a 2-minute video. And the watch time for it is some of the highest I've had on any video, just period. However, despite that, the views still eventually plateaued. And this failure taught me so much. For example, there really isn't a shortcut to get a video seen. YouTube has so many systems in place that basically the only way you're going to get views is by earning them. Now, I kind of already knew that, but this really just enforces it. For example, it turns out YouTube also actually caps the number of views that one person can give a video per day at around 5. In fact, you could see that in the retention graph with it starting at around 500%. There is also the possibility that the large amount of repeat viewings caused the video to get flagged at some point, reducing the video's reach. But that's okay because everything we learned and all of the questions that I now have because of it, such as, does this apply to music videos as well? Did its strange performance affect other parts of my channel? Does the algorithm even care about how much of a video someone watched? The point of experimenting is to learn, and with failure being such a great teacher, that means failure is a perfectly acceptable outcome. That's why I experiment so much with my channel, and I don't just mean in the sense of trying to break YouTube, but every sense. Video style, upload schedule, topic, it looks chaotic because that's the point. I'm purposefully trying to push everything to the edge to see how far it will go, how far I will go, learning my limits, trying to go past them, and if I fail, that's okay. Sure, it means I might miss an upload or put out some of the worst videos ever conceived, but that's part of the process. Failure is valuable, in a different way from success, but valuable all the same. You need to be willing to let yourself fail. The greatest successes are built on mountains of failure. So if you aren't willing to fail over and over and over again, then you will never succeed. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe for daily uploads, and I will see you tomorrow.